ideas that'll help you advance your life so you can build the life that you really want. Now, has anyone ever asked you the question, what is your purpose? And depending on your relationship with that person and maybe the context, it was either a very deep conversation exploring a bunch of different topics, or it was a very small, obnoxious moment in your life where you're like, I don't want to get into this with you because, there are so many different factors that go in. So it can be very vulnerable talking about your purpose, or it can be really, if you haven't figured it out, it can really make you feel uncomfortable or feel like you're missing something or that you're not where you need to be. So there's a lot of kind of packed emotions into this question. There's a lot of things to consider in this question. And it is, something that we talk about a lot in personal development, because when we feel like we're on mission, when we feel like we're on purpose, we feel completely engaged in our life. It's that feeling of being in that flow state where, you can focus, you're being challenged, so you're growing, you feel really connected with your work, you feel really connected with what you're doing, with the people around you, with something bigger than you. And when we don't feel like we're on purpose, that's when we feel restless. That's when we feel like we don't know, a little bit anxious because of the unexpected of what is going to come in our lives. Or is it always going to be the same thing over and over again? And, in that mode, sometimes we think like, if we only had the perfect relationship, if we only had the cool car, if we only think we had something outside of ourselves, that things would get better, life would feel more vibrant, life would feel more full. And the truth is, our purpose is something we consciously decide. And it changes at different times in our life, and it changes with different contexts in our life, right? So say that, you are married, right? Maybe you have a relationship purpose of being the best spouse in the world, right? And I hope if you are, that you do have that feeling, a sense that, I need to be my best self for my partner. But, at work it could be, maybe I need to be the best programmer, the best coach, the best construction worker, the best musician, whatever you do for work, maybe that's your purpose, is to, be the best there. Or maybe it's in your health that you want to live until you're 108, right? So you can, take care of your grandchildren and their grandchildren because you've lived a crazy long life and, super healthy along the way. So, and it's going to change, right? Your purpose when you're single and young, it's live, folks, to when maybe you're married with family, they're going to be different personal goals that you'll have, different personal purposes. And really, at the base of it, you need to know, how clear are you on what you want out of your life and how you want to be and impact the world, right? Because when you're clear on that, you can make better choices on living into that purpose. Or how much perspective have you gained in your life, right? If you thought, I want to be an author. I mean, how many books have you written? Getting a little excited here. How many books did you write? There we go. If you want to be, a business person, how many businesses have you started, or how many businesses have you grown 100%, or whatever those metrics are to you. But did you try? I think I want to be a musician. I tried to learn piano, didn't really like piano, and then this refinement thing of so musician, I still have that interest, maybe not in piano, maybe I should play guitar. Maybe I always listen to rock music, why did I start with the piano? Maybe thinking you want to be like Elton John, but you're like, no, I want to be like total rock star, guy with the guitar up on stage. So then you try that. And so you take this big idea of what you want for your life, you try something, you're like, I like this part about it, I didn't like this part about it, I'm still on track, yes, try something different. Or you're like, I hate music, I hate composing, I hate performing, I would rather just, cook. And so you start to play with, learning how to cook in French style, maybe you open a restaurant, and that's your purpose, and that's how you got there, is you tried music, didn't work out, now you're cooking, right? So it's this constant act of effort, right? You don't find your purpose by thinking. You find your purpose through doing, through being clear on what you want, through, really trying things out there in the world. So the question I have for you is, we all had this huge change this past year that threw us all off our purpose, right? During the pandemic, so many things stopped, so many things changed. A lot of things that we were going after had to change with that. And we're going to be entering that phase again as more people get vaccinated, as more people can kind of get out and about in the world again. We need to be preparing ourselves for what comes next, right? And I think the gift of this past year, if we can talk about that real quick, is been this ability to slow down, to figure out what's important, right? To really think about, like, what do I want out of my life? Am I happy with how my life has been going? What changes would I made or would make? And we're gonna quickly come upon the time when we can act on making those things a reality. So are you preparing yourself right now for those big changes? Are you preparing yourself for that career shift, for that, big family thing that you want to do to bring everyone closer, even though we've been stuck together for about a year in close quarters? What is really going to make you feel like you're living your life going forward? And so, part of my purpose is to help people manage these periods of transformation, these periods of change. And so if you are struggling with that and you need a process and the support to get to that next level, you could always go to seanbutler.com/coaching to qualify for a free 1-hour strategy session that'll help give you a plan and strategies to help get you moving forward with that. But at the end of the day, it's what are you going to do when the world gets back to normal is the question I'd love for you to think about. How can you make that vibrant, joyful, connected life that you really want out there? And if I can help you figure that out, I would love to. If not, I'll continue to talk about this stuff on the free shows. So with that said, guys, just do the work, right? If you have a very clear idea of where you're going, get after it. And if you don't, get talking to people, get in the game, get in the conversation of what a great life could be as we move forward. So with that said, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you like the show. As always, comment if you have any questions, and on the Friday show, I'll answer the questions that you guys submit this week. And thanks, guys. I'll see you